Alright, so here again with another one-shot build. This one can go one of two ways, and it's only really based upon the starter item. Crit Hercules build. Basic combo is basically 1 auto, 3 auto. Or you can 2 into 1 auto, but then, you know. I don't know if that actually does enough to make it. Oh, no, I missed my auto as well. But as you can see with that 1,000 plus crit, that, you know, you slap hard. And we're starting off with the Amir, just because this is what I was currently testing on. So yeah, so that isn't the most efficient. So usually what I do for my combo is 1 auto, 3 auto, and you know, it's a lot easier. And on top of that, hitting your 2 isn't always as consistent. I couldn't get a true one-shot build, but
triple kill.
As you can see, you also have to rely heavily on crit, or else you don't do that big damage that you're looking for. But if you do, you know, it's right there. And I believe if I crit the raw, it'll kill him. Yeah. So, yet again, mages are more squishy, less protections, well, most of them. So you just gotta, you know, hopefully get lucky that they're not building anything like that. So that's the mannequins build, where you basically want to ambush them, get your mannequins off, and then crit them.
An enemy.
Which works, but if you go for more of a, like, you're not sure if you can one-tap somebody with that, then the idea, you could go the mannequin spear build, which gives you more base power, which makes your crits hit harder, but you don't have that initial burst.
These guys are trash.
So as you can see, that raw stat, like, you know, like, I don't know, maybe like 7% of his health. But, like, with the combo at least, you still, like, have enough time if you crit on the first one. But if you auto-cancel with your 3, he won't survive. So, even if you don't crit, you can still do that.
It's a triple.
Let's see, what's the equivalent price? Well, that gives me crit, though, but it's 30, gives me 30 power. It doesn't give me any other buffs. 25. Whatever. Never mind. I won't even talk about it. But I was gonna say, like, if you don't crit, which is highly unlikely with 70 crit chance, so 70%, you boom, boom.
Here comes the surrender.
So this build even works with like tanks. So Ymir has the highest stats here, so we boom, boom, boom.
Smell my double
But
kill?
I do believe that the mannequins build hits harder because he has more base health. I might be mistaken, but let's check that out. Oh, I also don't have red. That's probably what the issue was of why I didn't two-shot him. But let's go check out this mannequins. Damage on the Ymir. And I didn't crit, so that sucks.
It's not even a challenge.
So yeah, that's obviously like the downside of you might not get that initial damage that you're looking
Catch
for.
these hands.
Like if you don't crit on that Hydra's auto cancel.
I can crush someone with this.
But you know, here's with spear, so you can boom, boom, boom. Which, you know,
Those cheats.
3 hitting a tank isn't like a bad thing, but obviously he lived with like a sliver of health. Which obviously, if he had just taken a jungle camp, say he's like the soul lane, right? You drop your soul lane's blue, you rotate over, you for some reason have your red, right? You run up, hit your stun. Boom.
Here comes
And
the
I didn't crit on the
surrender.
second one. So obviously downside. Actually, I still have the buff, so let's try it.
Double kill.
Yeah. So it's not bad. It's just kind of unreliable. As you can see, a 20-minute gold 3, you're not going to be full build with this in 20 minutes. These are like expensive items. But with squishier characters, you should be fine.
These guys are trash.
Just showing everyone.
Catch these hands. Triple kill.
So the downside about the mannequins build is that if you stay in a team fight, you know, you're not going to be able to get all the benefits of mannequins, right? So you don't get that initial burst damage unless you like do some guerrilla tactics, like you hit them auto, you run out, right? You're like, I didn't get my crit, so I'm gonna run out. So you run away, you reset your mannequins. See, in that situation, right, he would have propped it, so I wouldn't get it.
Challenge.
But with Bumba Spear, it's more of like a in your face, like you can stay in there and keep fighting.
Double kill? Oh, baby, it's a triple.
Like, even this Guan Yu, like, I'm not even auto-canceling, I'm not doing anything. That's just 3 autos killing him.
Quadra kill.
And Ymir is 5. I don't know why Guan Yu's so squishy compared to Ymir. Like,
My path ends.
yeah, I didn't know the stats were that different between Guan Yu and Ymir. Because honestly, I think, like, Thor would have the same amount of protections as him then, right? 1, 2, 3.
You have slain an enemy.
Oh, obviously, having Hercules have his... And of course I didn't crit on the big auto.
Catch these hands.
But Hercules has a hit chain, right? 1, 2, and then 3. Third hit obviously does more damage. Right, I'll show you on this Odin bot. So as you can see there, 529 compared to, well, it's not crit. Well, even if you look at the crit damage, right? Can I auto cancel? No, okay. So downside is you can't really auto cancel into his 3 for that big hit. He resets it, which, you know, for doing like an attack speed build, that'd be fine, but it's not what we're going for. So with Thor, it's like 3 autos as
Even
well.
a challenge. Double kill.
Yeah. That's crazy that Thor's stats are similar to Guan Yu.
Triple kill.
My path ends.
But to be fair, like, you're not gonna just be walking at people. You're gonna one in auto.
Give me
So
my penta.
you're basically substituting an auto for an ability to get in. Like, I guess if you wanted to not focus on like CCing somebody, you can get rid of this, right? And then you can go either, let's see, if you're gonna do like an auto build, you can. What's a good one? I guess you could put like a Transcendence in there, right, for like a heavy crit. So let's stack this. So your crits are gonna hit harder, but your autos after your one, like your ability cancel, right, is gonna
These guys
suffer.
are trash.
Come on, she healed off of that.
Catch these hands.
See, that's another thing. Hercules' autos are kind of slow, so with that attack speed slow that she put on me, it took forever for my auto to come out. But if you're not even going to try and auto cancel, which you should with this build, right, then you would get rid of the Hydras as well, and then you would just go pick up something that's just high power
I can
like
crush
this.
someone with this.
And then you just want to basically just like stack up your auto damage.
Here comes the surrender.
But the thing is, you're most likely just going to like have a better time
Smell my double kill.
auto canceling. Like,
Oh, baby, it's a triple.
it's just a lot easier if I'm gonna be honest. You stun somebody, kill them, get it over with. So sell these, and then
That
buy
was
this.
expensive.
Sell that, buy that. So like with this build, it's a lot easier if you're just like you blink in or they just don't see you. No beads, auto, they're dead.
Those cheeks.
Anything else? Oh, let's test it out in the gold 3. We're 25 minutes in. You probably won't be done with this at 25 minutes, but yeah. As you can see, shreds. So whether or not you should go the Bumba Spear build or the Mannequins build depends on if you think you can get in on the gods, right? Like if they don't have a lot of range, or if they're just gods that, you know, don't have abilities that go that far. You know, you don't really want to build something like that on like Anua or, you know, somebody that has a lot of ranged abilities that go super far that they can hit you with. DOTs as well are bad against, or not bad, they're good. They counter that build because you don't get that initial burst damage. So it all depends on whether or not you think you can get in, hit your ability to get that damage,
It's not even a
or
challenge.
whether or not you just want to go for the safe route and go spear. Because honestly, like if you look at it, like it's not
Can crush someone with this.
like much of a difference. So you ought, or you know, you go in,
Here comes the
Cool.
surrender.
good for you. Like it's the same thing. So the only difference it is, like where it makes the actual difference is on like taints.
There's only one champion.
Oh, we caught a crit.
Double kill.
But the thing is, most taints have some sort of CC, or soul laners now are building mystical mail, so you trying to get in will take away your proc for mannequins. So then sell this, go here.
That was expensive.
So it just all depends on the matchups.
These guys are
Oh, I couldn't time it. Alright. Well, you get the idea. Anything else? Anything else? It's not going to be good against towers because crit isn't the best thing against towers. You don't really have any pen, but you know, you might, you know, do some halfway decent damage. Yeah. So, you know, it's not like the other like Guardian builds where I'm two-shotting the tower, but you know, it has its certain applications where it's fine. Actually, let's see what it's like with red and having the buff. Alright. And we will turn off the reduced cooldowns, so I can actually auto-cancel properly, and reset the tower.
There's only one champion.
So, you might be able to solo the tower, it's just going to be really close.
Leave the ring now.
That's only tier 1, so you won't be able to do Phoenix or tier 2. Unless you have some sort of like frenzy, maybe 500 pot, 3k pot, what's the new thing? Bracer. So, yeah, I think that's about it. This one really isn't too special. It's just like auto canceling with crit.
You have slain an enemy.
Thing is, like, if you're gonna go this build, make sure you hit your ones. It's important, getting that extra 25% damage. Is it 25 or
These
20?
guys are trash.
20. That is your 20% from Runeforged. Alright. Another item I think people sleep on, especially with gods with CC. That's usually like, and the good thing is though, like you don't even have to be the one to CC them. So you can be in the middle of your auto chain, right? Hit that big crit.
Here comes the surrender.
Because like your guardian's like a Kumba or a Ymir who freezes them or stuns them or mezzes them or whatever. So yeah, I think that's it. I mean, sure. Let's go the best scenario here, right? Go upgraded frenzy. Say your support has it. Also has bracer, right? And you have enough money for a 500 and 3k pot. So you're gonna pop these. Put this down first. Go here.
It's not even a challenge.
So, yeah. But the thing is, you're not going to get to this. This is highly unlikely. Where you're critting them for fucking 1700. But I'm not saying it's not possible. And that, hold on, that wasn't even with red buff. Let me try it with red. So it's going to add like an extra 20% to that. I think it's 20, is it 15, 10? Something like that. It's going to add more damage, obviously. Let's reset this.
Clap those
1716. Oh, I didn't pop frenzy.
smell my.
What a bum. Who is this YouTuber? Alright. So we're gonna get the buff from Spear. Run all the way over. Make sure we pop frenzy this time.
Here comes
Yeah,
the
2K.
surrender. Double kill.
2k on an auto cancel. Which I believe will almost one-shot the gold free. So hold on, let me reset this, buy this back. Look, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's highly unlikely to have all these buffs active at the same time. And that's obviously not including Fire Giant over there. So we'll come up to Gold Fury, 1, crit. Yeah. So that was just with buffs. That wasn't even with Bracer or with... Honestly, with Bracer, I might one-shot it, so... Yeah. Alright, let's reset the Bracer. You know what? We'll try it on Fire Giant. Alright, just to make it fair, we'll put it at Enhanced, right? Alright. So now with Enhanced, reset my red buff after I reset my relics. Alright, reset red buff, give me Bomba Spear. Let's see if we can hit a good auto cancel. Oh, you didn't
Not
crit.
even a challenge.
Alright, well. I guess I could have tried again, but I didn't want to risk not having Frenzy up. That will still be up. Reset this camp. As you can see, very circumstantial to get this. Not impossible, just highly unlikely.
You have slain
Yeah.
an enemy.
2,200 and what was it, 96? I don't know. Let me check. Well, stats are skewed because all right, we'll wait. Eventually, the stats will run out. But you saw it was like 2,000 something. It says 4K because you know I hit him multiple times. He respawned, hit him again. Yeah, so even Driving Strike did a lot. But yeah, Highly unlikely, but not impossible. I really doubt that anyone will actually, you know, get that big 2,200 crit, especially because like no protections on this Ymir, but like even with just these 3 buffs, I'll probably one-shot if I crit here.
These
Yeah.
guys are trash.
Darn.
Might even get the Thor.
Really?
Catch
Yeah.
these hands.
Well, alright. So that's going to conclude the stupid auto-canceling crit Hercules build.